So I just want to build up a bit of a family tree here. So, just so that I'm clear as to what's going on. The film starts with Damon planting a bomb, is that correct? Or Daniel? Daniel, who is the guy whose daughter was killed in the crash.
No.
Okay, go on.
Daniel is basically Jason's son.
Right, yep, okay. So Daniel is Jason's son, and Jason is the guy who killed
the
daughter of Damon.
Yeah.
Yep, alright, we're down with that.
Yeah.
Alright, so, alright, now, the next thing I want to know is, at what point did Damon kidnap Daniel? How old was he?
Damon was
4 years old.
So the son was 4,
Yeah.
and he kidnapped him,
yeah.
and sort of raised him as his own?
Yeah.
Yep, okay. And then from there, he's got this sort of Stockholm syndrome. You guys know what Stockholm syndrome is?
No.
So where you're kidnapped by somebody, but you develop a relationship with them,
Yeah.
because
It's like manipulation.
of the time. Exactly. So he's got this sort of Stockholm syndrome. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And how old is Daniel when we see him in the present day in the film?
He's 15.
He's 15. Okay. We down with that?
Yeah.
All right. Good. Excellent. Cool. Carry on.
Yeah.
Okay, so since Daniel was taught to make bombs, are you saying that at his age he was intelligent enough to learn how to make bombs? Would he also be able to disarm them and things like that?
He would be, but he doesn't because he's told not to by his carer, the one that raised him up.
Damon.
Yeah,
He's
Damon.
abducted.
Yeah.
Pity.
Why was the detective drinking again?
He was drinking because the wife was really angry at him. Her name's Sonia.
They're having an argument.
Yeah, and because he's a detective, he's always like more involved with his job, and he's like never home. So he got really angry and then just started drinking after.
So he's sort of like your archetypal hard drinking detective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's like stressed out and off at work, but then now he's stressed out at home as well.
Okay. Make sure you keep your rotation going in this, please, guys.
Patrick.
Is there like a backstory to the obsession of the number 4?
The backstory for the Obsession 4 is just the death of his daughter. So, because his daughter was 4 years old, he developed a psychological obsession with that number.
Oh, okay.
Can I just put in another question here? What did he do? So what was... Damon's the antagonist, right?
Yeah.
What was Damon doing before his daughter was killed? Was he just a regular guy?
He was just-
Yeah. Oh, but Damon's wife basically died like before Kira grew up.
Right.
So that's why we sympathise with Damon, because he's basically got no one now. So he's lost his wife and his daughter as well.
2 more questions before we go further into this. I am interested. I really, really like the story. How much do we see of Damon in this film? Do we not see very much of him?
We see,
Not really.
we see like little flashes.
Yeah, like footsteps and
Yeah.
stuff.
And what about Daniel? How much of him do we see in the build-up? Do we see a lot of him? Or is there sort of a reveal as to who he is as time goes on?
There is a reveal like as time goes on, because Jason doesn't actually know what happened to Daniel.
Yeah.
So after, I think Damon like reaches out to Jason and like tells him everything that's happened, like, oh, you killed my daughter,
Yeah.
and who he is, because he doesn't know who Damon
Sure.
is.
And how does the film end?
With a phone call.
It's basically like him recalling everything that happened, so the flashes of the car crash and everything, and how bad he feels
everything was
about
just
it.
blurred.
Yeah, it's like
So
a
it's
big
the-
climax.
But, so, is there a reconciliation between Daniel and Jason at the end? Or does one of them die? So we need some form of conclusion to their relationship. Either they're back together and somebody needs to die, basically. Like, so either
Isn't it? What's called? He gets the phone call, then they find what's called Damon. He brings them to justice, and then like it's kind of back together, but not fully because
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Daniel, he's back with his family, but he doesn't know how to adjust with the family.
they
He's
don't.
So-
so used to Daniel.
Damon is apprehended, logically Daniel would also go to prison because irregardless of why he's done it, he's committed acts of terrorism.
Mm.
I think he dies in jail when he goes later on.
Who dies in jail?
Daniel.
Daniel, why does he die in jail?
He killed children, so
Yeah.
everyone was just like
No,
against.
he goes to prison for life, so he kind of like stays there.
Oh, okay, so he dies of like natural causes. Okay. No, good. No, it's fine.
Jasminda.
So due to the past 7 years,
Sorry, I can't see Jasminda.
oh, for the past 7 years, how's the relationship between Damon and Daniel that progress over that period of time?
Well, I think because Damon obviously loved his daughter, he kind of like connects with Daniel as his own, but like also in a bad way. So he's still teaching him like bad things to get revenge on Jason and to kill innocent lives, but he's also like making Daniel as his own son as well at the same time.
So they have a close relationship, you could say that.
Yeah.
Eddie.
You were the creator of the idea, right?
Yeah.
Can you give an insight as to why Sonia and I forgot who else she married? Can you give like a backstory about Sonia and how they sort of met? Yeah.
So
etc.
our protagonist and his wife.
Yeah.
I guess it was kind of just like a high school kind of prom queen, prom king kind of situation, where they met in secondary school. They fell in love. They got married, and then things kind of just slipped away, and he became more involved in his job.
Solid answer. Solid.
Thank you.
Shima.
Just to clarify, the opening sequence has Daniel planting the bomb, right?
Yeah.
So how are you going to record that? Like, how are you going to like set a bomb and actually make it realistic?
We're actually gonna make the bomb and we're gonna put it in like a backpack and put it like in a park.
Probably don't search the
Cool.
internet for how to make a bomb. Just
no,
a suggestion.
No, not an actual one, like
Like
from
one made on
cardboard
paper,
and
yeah.
paper and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
A
And
prop.
we'll put it in a backpack and then just take a recording of it in the park.
Okay.
Okay. Abraham.
So, you know, with the whole kid that got kidnapped and he's been how come? What I want to know is how come when like instead of he didn't replace that kid, he replaced that kid with his daughter, but how come he wanted to teach him like how to plant a bomb and stuff?
Because
He knew he couldn't get away with it if he put it because he's older. So we asked Daniel to do it for him because he'd less likely get caught.
And plus, Damon goes like really psychologically crazy, like after everyone's dead, like his daughter. So then he just like magically has this idea, like just to kill innocent lives. He just he becomes obsessed with bombings and like how to put them together, and then he just teaches Daniel.
Leo.
Since you said you can't make the explosion in real life, why don't you just attempt to do it in editing?
Yeah, that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to, because we can't physically like make a really good realistic bomb scene, we're going to use the use of fades to black. So
And then we add effects to the fade to black so that you can't actually see.
There's another thing that you could do. So you could do the thing with like so you fade to black and then we hear the sound of the explosion. That would work nicely. The other thing potentially that you could do is like a fade to white, and there's another effect that we can get on, which is like a fire effect. So like an explosion effect that could come up, and so you could, and then your title comes up out of that, which might work quite nicely as well. So there's a load of different options in terms of the editing, but that's a reflection point for you guys to go off and think about.
Patrick.
Is there like a specific location for the film, or
Well, the park scene we're gonna maybe set up in Valentine's Park, so we'll travel there. And the deserted place where the car crash actually happens. We've decided to do that outside Alexandra Palace, like on the side, not like in front of it, because there's like good lighting. And we're doing the house scenes in Dilly's house because it's easy to get to.
Whose car are you going to use for that?
I know a person.
She was the
I-
person.
Alright. I know a person who has a car.
Leo.
Why are you using petals as a symbolism?
Because we want to show how like the death of the people, so we know that they're dead, and also it's like because Jason's basically he's trying to put pieces together. It's like, why is there always this symbol there? It's obviously connected to something.
I think Leo's asking though, why petals? Why not cheeseburgers? Why not bottles of water?
I can get. Originally, with our idea, we were going to name the daughter Rose, and then it would have been symbolic of her name. But then we changed the name of Damon's daughter, but we kept the calling card.
Why did we change the name of his daughter, but kept the calling card? Because to me, you've just explained it, but then you said we changed it because.
It was still, maybe it was too stereotypical.
I feel like you guys, reflection point, you guys should change it back to Rose because it actually would make a lot more sense.
And actually, that's really clever. That works really well. It's a really good idea. I don't know whose idea it was and who shot the idea down, but I think we should go back to
Rose,
that.
yeah.
Let's go back to Rose.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Leo.
Oh Lord, sorry. Who is Jason?
Jason's the protagonist. So he's Daniel's father. He's like the main person that we see because we're literally like travelling with him through his life because we don't see Damon. So we're always with Jason. We always see his point of view.
Leo.
Okay, for the synopsis, you mentioned the DUI. What is that?
DUI is like, you know, when it's like a hit and run. So when you're drinking alcohol, you basically hit someone accidentally, but then you drive off. So like it never happens, so you never get caught with it.
To be clear, a DUI is driving under the influence. A hit and run is a hit and run. That's actually two separate crimes. So if you don't hit somebody with your car, you can still be charged with driving under the influence of alcohol, or it's like alcohol or drugs or whatever.
Leo.
How bad was the impact of the car crash?
It was a big enough impact to kill the daughter, but not the dad.
Okay.
And is this car on car, or is this person hits car? Is this car hits person walking down the street?
It's a car and car.
So you're gonna need
they're
two cars.
They're both in cars.
You got the hookup.
Yeah.
Two cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might be more visually compelling to only use one car. The only reason I would suggest that is because you could have immediate shots of the little girl like lying down, whereas if she was in the car, it would be a lot more difficult to do. Just
I
a
think
thought.
what it was is we're showing Jason driving his car, but then when we show the car crash, because we can't actually show the whole thing, we're showing like a really extreme close-up of like the window frame and the smashed glass
And her
with the
hands
hands
sticking
out
out
and
and
the
the
ball of
I'm
glass.
saying that now.
Yeah.
Leo.
Are you actually going to use actors and children in your?
We're using Dilly's little sister and we're using her older sister as well.
How old is your little sister?
She's 10,
10.
but we're only going to use her on.
Hopefully you'll bring the rest of her with it.
And we're using my little brother to show the young Daniel like being kidnapped and yeah.
Leo.
Yeah. So for the adults, are you just gonna like use your friends, or are you actually gonna get real adults?
You're using your sister, right?
We're using
Yeah.
Dilly's
Yeah.
sister for Sonia.
But we was for Jason. We was thinking of using Sammy because he looks quite mature and he's really tall as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done. Thanks.
You literally have more questions than I do. Anybody else? Alright.
Wait. Oh wait. Never mind. Yeah, never mind.
Alright. You're going to have a separate video because Leo's asked a million questions. Is that 14? Yeah, it actually is.